Imagine being a coach of an NCAA women's basketball team, and you're in one of the playoff games, and the seconds are ticking away of the fourth quarter. Your team is behind by 2 points, and your player has the ball. She's running down the court. There's like 2 seconds left, and she shoots, and it goes in. Imagine that feeling of being the coach of the winning team, and your team storms the court. The following sources I researched to help inform more about this topic: Wikipedia.org, PatSummit.org, UTSports.com, and Washington Post. My name is Jennifer Hocke, and I researched about Pat Summitt. She's one of the greatest women's basketball coaches of all time. I'm going to tell you about the many accomplishments that she has achieved, her fight with Alzheimer's, and the Pat Summitt Foundation, which is a foundation to help find a cure for Alzheimer's. Pat Summitt is one of the all-time leading coaches has the most overall wins out of any basketball coaches, men's and women's. Pat Summitt has played basketball since her whole life. She played in high school and got the All-American Honors Award in high school, and then she went to play at the University of Tennessee in Martin for 4 years and got another award there. She went on after college to play in the 1976 Summer Olympics, and they won the silver medal. She started coaching in 1974 for the University of Tennessee, and 4 of her players were only a year younger than her, so she immediately after playing basketball, she went to coach basketball, so basketball was pretty much her life. And she's coached for 38 years as the head coach of the University of Tennessee. Her overall record as coaching is 1,098 wins and 208 losses, which is more wins than any other coach in history. She has coached her teams to 16 SEC championships, 16 SEC tournament titles, 8 NCAA titles, 8-time SEC Coach of the Year, 7-time NCAA Coach of the Year, and in 2000, the Coach of the Century Award. Not only did she play in the Olympics, she also coached the 1984 Summer Olympics team, and they won the gold medal. So she was one of the first Olympians to get a medal as a player and as a coach. Her players say she's really tough. She has a famous piercing glare when she's on the court, but all of her players and everyone knows that she's a really loving and caring person, and she just really cares deeply about all of her players. And the way she coaches is a business-like mindset, and however that goes, it really works because she has really changed the whole game of basketball forever. And her dream season of coaching was 1997 and 98. They had a perfect 39-0 record, no losses. They won the NCAA title for the 3rd consecutive year. And in 2011, she was diagnosed with early onset dementia, the Alzheimer's type, and she called her closest family and friends to tell them about it, but she didn't want them to feel really down, and she didn't want them to have like a pity party. She just wanted to inform them of the disease and tell them everything was going to be okay, and she was just going to continue living on life normally, and that everything was going to be okay. And when I was researching, I read when she was talking to one of her players, and she wanted to know more about her player and more about how her life was. And she didn't really want to talk about hers because she just cared more about how everyone else was doing. she just has that love and care for everyone. In April 2012, she stepped down as head coach. She didn't retire, she just stepped down to take the role of head coach emeritus, which means she can still go to all the practices, she still puts her thoughts in mentorship and discipleship into the game and into the players, but she can't sit on the bench during the games. She can sit directly behind the bench and still help coach and give her input whenever she wants. So her successor, Harley Warlick, is now head coach and has learned so much from Pat Summitt. But Pat Summitt still is involved in the University of Tennessee basketball program and still wants to put all of her heart into it. And she doesn't want this Alzheimer's disease to hold her down, and she won't let it. On Washington Post, Summitt says, "I've got a great staff and great support system, and I'm going to stick my neck out and do what I always do." So she's really just going to keep pursuing what she loves. UT's athletic director, John Cronin, says, "I know what Pat stands for: excellence, strength, honesty, and courage." So everyone around her really sees all of those descriptions about her and characteristics, because she's just a really strong, honest, and courageous woman and coach. Since this disease, she has really wanted to help others with the same problem, with the same disease. And one of her biggest wishes is that no one else has to hear that a loved one has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. And all this information is on PatSummittFoundation.org. And the main thing they do is raise money to award different organizations with grants. And these organizations do research to treat, cure, prevent, and ultimately destroy the disease completely. And the organizations also provide education and awareness about Alzheimer's, and they support services for patients, their families, and their caregivers. And Pat Summitt has this foundation to just really help others, and will continue fighting for this cause to help find the cure for it as long as she lives. And her son helped her with the foundation and has walked with her for all of her life, and it's just really been a huge impact with her. So Pat Summitt is just really selfless and wants to help others more than helping herself. So in conclusion, she is a great, strong coach. She's won many accomplishments. She's changed the game of basketball forever. She is a really strong woman, and she won't let Alzheimer's get in the way, and she just really wants to help others with the Pat Summitt Foundation. And on her website, as it says, she says, "Together we will win."